Good evening. I'm Jacob Reimer. It's another quad one opportunity for the Ohio State men's basketball team tonight at Iowa. A late one. They get tipped off from Carver Hawkeye Arena at 9 o'clock. Coverage will be here on the Fan starting at 8 o'clock. As for the 13th ranked Ohio State women's basketball team, they'll take on number 8 Michigan tonight in their last home game of the regular season. Tyler Danberg has the call over on the Fan 2 at 7:45. Tip-off from the Shot is at 8 o'clock. Other notables in the top 25 tonight, a clash in the Big East as 15th ranked St. John's visits number 6 UConn. Number 12 Nebraska hosts Maryland. Number 7 Florida is at Texas. And in the NBA, the Cavs are in Milwaukee taking on the Bucks. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley will both be out tonight. James Harden is a game-time decision. This update sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at Old Bag of Nails. Get a buy one, get one free deal on burgers on the app. Terms apply. See app for details. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Ring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here on a Wednesday. I am Brandon Beam hanging out with our guy, A-Ward Sports, Austin Ward, Reimer behind the glass. Austin, happy Wednesday to you, back in the San Diego of the Midwest. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
It was scary there for a little bit, but now we're back in the temperate climate zone of the San Diego of the Midwest, Columbus, Ohio. It is a glorious Wednesday evening. It's great to be with you. I haven't been in here on a Wednesday in a while.
No, I know you haven't. Usually it's been Justin Zwick who's been in here. He'll be with us tomorrow. You guys did a little shift swapping, so he's going to be with us tomorrow.
I forced him to.
Recapping everything from the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer, which is going to be awesome if you've been paying attention to anything kind of on 10 TV's website. If you've been listening to Morning Juice, I know Bob did a great couple of interviews, and also Dom has been doing a bunch of interviews for 10 TV as well. So we'll recap his experience from that, which is really going to be fantastic. Austin, we got an hour lined up for you. It's kind of a weird night for us a little bit. Here's the schedule. So we're going to go 6 to 7 here this evening, do our local show. 7 to 8, we'll have the Inside Edge. Big show for those guys, recapping a gold medal for the U.S. men's and women's ice hockey teams over in Milan, Cortina. And then the Jackets restart their season tomorrow. Coming up, so they have a big show, and then Reimer and I will be back at 8 o'clock for the warm-up show, and then we will get you up to Iowa City, Carver Hawkeye Arena coming up at 8:15. Paul Keels, Ron Stokes, Skip Mossick, they're up there. Huge game for Ohio State tonight. Another quad one opportunity. If you haven't been paying attention to the bracket matrices or what's a quad one win, what's not a quad one win, Northwestern did you a big favor last night. They went on the road, 15-point comeback at Assembly Hall against Indiana. They're back up to a quad one win. Ohio State officially now 1-9 in those quad one wins. I don't really know what's going on with that. Obviously, Jake Diebler touched on that a little bit in his radio show on Monday. There are some teams that we're looking to cheer for down the stretch. Northwestern, A1, that's the number one team that you were looking to cheer for, and they did their job last night. But Ohio State with an opportunity, again, to win their second Q1 victory this evening against the Hawkeyes of Iowa.
Couldn't they have theoretically cheered for Indiana to win so that could have been a quad one win next week? Like either way, it felt like it was good news.
Indiana's a bubble team, though.
Well, yes, so that game on March 7th will have a lot of weight on it with both Ohio State and Indiana on the bubble. But I feel like you can also give a little thanks to the officials of that game too, because Indiana, that was a brutal one. Northwestern got away with it. That should have been
Doesn't
a foul.
matter.
Hey, we'll take it. That's what I'm saying. Positive spin. We will 100% take that as Buckeye fans.
Let me ask you this question, because I think it's rather fascinating to kind of go into the dichotomy of an Indiana fan's brain right now.
Football school.
I don't think they care really about basketball anymore. They're going to be floating high for the next 5 years when it comes to their football team. I saw officially today that Indiana season tickets are sold out for the first time probably ever. And there is now a wait list to get season tickets for Indiana football. I didn't see as much outrage on Twitter as I usually do, and I follow a lot of Indiana sites, Indiana beat reporters. I can follow everyone around the Big Ten just to see kind of what's going on and what they're tweeting about. And everyone was like, all right, apathy in this program's at an all-time high. I'm going to go watch Fernando Mendoza highlights. Like they really, they don't care. They don't care. They have a national championship in football. They don't care about basketball anymore.
Yeah, it's very interesting how things have turned there.
I don't know if don't care about basketball is accurate.
On the way they started too, I think I know Marquette isn't great. I mean, Austin's been diving into some Marquette film, but
last in the Big East.
But to start the year, they beat them by 23. So like vibes could have been really high coming into this year, and now it's like, oh, now we're on the bubble. We're fighting to get in. It's very weird.
How are you feeling about the game tonight in Iowa City?
I don't love the matchup for Ohio State. We'll see if they are able to get closer to full health with Devin Royal, Junie Mobley. You're running out of time, and
4 games left.
They need to get back out there because, as we saw over the weekend, Bruce Thornton, he just can't keep playing 40 minutes a night, especially on the road against.
He can only do so much,
and he's doing everything he can.
Yes,
but there is a limit, and he definitely reached it down the stretch against Michigan State, and you could see that team fading. Not just him, but everyone was running out of gas. They were. And I really feel like there were encouraging moments across the board, and encouraging moments coming off of the bench for those Buckeyes. You saw some unexpected offensive buckets. You saw, I think, Nagovin with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Didn't have that. Wasn't expecting it or to mention him in the postgame recap at Letterman Row or to be talking about it as we get ready for the matchup with Iowa tonight.
I asked Jamal Walker about that on Sunday afternoon when we got done, Ohio State assistant coach. And again, post-game show, we have a different coach every game, which is awesome. Tonight's going to be Dave Dickerson. Excited to talk to him. That'll probably be around, 11:30 here this evening when we get a chance to check in with him. But
it's a BTN game. It shouldn't last 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that is true. You were right about that. But I asked Jamal, and I'm like, listen, Yvonne, obviously, like, he is still developing. He still needs to work on a lot of different things. But I can, from the beginning of the season, even a month ago, to see where his game has come, you can see the strides that he's making. Not that I'm going to be the one arguing that he needs to make like a Big Ten, an all Big Ten team. He's far away from that. But you can see the strides that he's making. He got thrust into an unfavorable position. Devin Royal was out of that game. Amari Bynum was in foul trouble. And then all of a sudden, it's like, boy, I want to play some big minutes. And I think he finished with, 18 minutes, 19 minutes, something like that against Michigan State. But you just can't rely on those guys to get you across the finish line. If this team is going to do anything this year in these last 4 games, especially tonight, you're going to need John Mobley Jr. back. You're going to need Devin Royal playing at the level at which you know that he can play, not his performance a couple of weeks ago against Virginia. You don't necessarily need the superhero, Superman cape out of Bruce Thornton. It would be nice to have, and I'm sure that he's going to do anything that he possibly can to get this team over the finish line. But you're also going to need Amari Bynum. You're going to need Taysom Chapman. You're going to need Puff Johnson. It's going to be a whole team effort. You can't just have 2 out of the 4 of your guys have a great night and then everybody else not perform. Like, they're going to have to, at some point, put this all together. And still, we got 4 games left in the regular season, and I don't think that you've seen really a comprehensive performance. Sure, they have decent wins. A couple of weeks ago at home against Wisconsin, that was a nice win. A couple of weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, however long it was ago, at home against UCLA. That was a nice win.
Fantastic performance.
But you haven't seen that 3-headed monster plus Amari Bynum, just go all out for one night. And what a perfect way it would be this evening if all 4 of those guys are going to play. Again, we'll get an availability report probably here within, hour and a half or so.
Any moment, maybe. I mean, at 9 o'clock tip, 3 hour, 2 hour. I don't know what the exact window is for Gary right now, but should be hitting those inboxes any moment now.
Yeah, I would expect so. But you not necessarily do you have to win this game tonight. But boy, would it feel good, because we talked to Scooney Penn too on Sunday. He goes, Carver Hawkeye Arena, one of the toughest places to play in the Big Ten. And that's a bubbly team as well. So if you don't think that Iowa needs to win this game, you're crazy. They're looking at it saying, hey, all right, this is a team that has been okay on the road, but there's one guy who we need to stop, and that's Bruce Thornton. We're going to let everybody else beat us tonight. That's going to be their game plan.
And that's the same game plan that Ohio State needs to have for Iowa, because they have Bennett Sturts, and they just have a bunch of guys around him, kind of like what we have here with Bruce Thornton. Like, Bennett Sturts is one of the best point guards in the Big Ten and all of college basketball. He came up from Drake last year with the head coach Ben McCollum, and he's had a fantastic year stepping up to the Big Ten. I didn't know how that transition would go.
I had high confidence that it would go well, and it's been nothing but great things for him. And they've just got shooters spread out around. Like, you got to find a way to make someone else beat you other than Bennett Sturt.
Speaking of the availability report, just got the email. Christoph Tilley.
I knew it.
Whoa.
Christoph Tilley out tonight.
No. It's always
John
something.
Mobley Jr. questionable. So I would expect that Junie is going to play. I don't know.
Gosh.
I don't know how you work that with your starting lineup. If Amari goes to the 5, you kick Devin back down to the 4, and
Throw
then you
Puff in.
throw Puff in at the 3. Whatever that situation is going to be, but Christoph Tilley officially out for the game tonight at Iowa.
Is it illness?
I don't know.
This must be some kind of flu that is just
Ravaging.
Whatever it
just
is,
destroying the Ohio State locker room.
keep it away from Bruce Thornton. That's all I ask.
I mean, but they haven't. Like, Devin Royal's sitting there on the bench. Well, I guess maybe that's why Bruce played 40 minutes. Like, just stay on the court, but
Don't come over here.
Don't talk to Devin. The part that you mentioned, Beamer, where it's like, yes, the complimentary, the role players, they have to chip in to help alleviate some of the pressure that's on Bruce Thornton's shoulders. But when you say maybe he doesn't need to have the cape on, he's going to have to wear the cape. That was true whether Christoph Tilley was playing or not. For Ohio State to reach its potential, for it to win Big Ten road games, for it to claim a quad 1 win, he has to be the best player on the floor. He's been doing that at a remarkable clip. And we've talked about and seen that stat out there that the rare air he's been in with points per game and so few turnovers that it's just him and Steph Curry against ranked teams. Like,
Pretty good list.
that's the list that you want to be on if you're Bruce Thornton. But he can't do it alone, but he also has to be Batman, and he needs a Robin to step up, and I don't know who that will be.
How about multiple Robins?
Well, if you have multiple, if you have a Teen Titan force around, like, great, that would be very helpful. But you're also going to need Bruce to play his best to win at Iowa.
Where is she? Where is she? Coming up tonight.
Where is she?
Tip off from Iowa City, Buckeyes and Hawkeyes.
Where are all the drugs coming from?
Austin, or is he not wearing hockey pads? That's a deep cut for you. Austin, your question of the day will take us to the tight ends room. And one player in particular, we'll get into that coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Paul Keels here, voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes. You have to check out the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. Get all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Buckeye sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeye MVP membership upgrade for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
From the first whistle to the final play, being a Buckeye fan calls for commitment and support. Nature Made vitamins are your winning play. From the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand, Nature Made is made to care for fans on game day and every day. So you can go all in on big wins, tough losses, and still show up for your team every time. Nature Made, proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town-properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Around here, it's all-wheel drive all year round. And Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through March 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on any new 26 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens with your latest forecast. We're looking at quiet weather this evening and into tonight. Temperatures out there will drop into the mid-20s as skies see increasing cloud cover. Thursday out there may see a system that briefly clips our southern counties, but otherwise pretty dry. Temperatures in the mid-40s. We'll be in the 50s by Friday with sunshine around, in the 50s to start the weekend as well. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
We here at The Fan believe there's no such thing as too much Ohio State coverage. You're locked into the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Austin Ward tonight. Let you know that we here on the Buckeye Show, brought to you by our great friends over at CareSource. Austin, before we get into your question of the day, I want to let you know again, coming up at 7 o'clock, we got a Inside Edge we're going to get to, and then Reimer and I will be back on for the warm-up show at 8 o'clock. We will kick it to coverage at 8:15 from Iowa City. Again, just letting you know, John Mobley Jr., questionable, which I would tend to believe that he is going to give it a go with that hand injury.
Inside information.
Not necessarily that.
Just a hunch.
I don't think that there's...
Never mind.
I don't think there's any inside information there. I see questionable, and I'm like, all right, you should be able to play. And I think Ron Stokes would probably tell you the same thing. It was surprising on Sunday on the road in East Lansing against Michigan State when Devin Royal was questionable and he shut it down for the game. Like, that was pretty surprising. He went through warm-ups, obviously couldn't give it a go. So we'll see what happens tonight. But I would be pretty surprised. Again, I mean, we've got 2 hours and 45 minutes before tip-off. Anything can happen. But I would be pretty surprised if John Mobley Jr. is not playing tonight. The big surprise is that Christoph Tilley, for whatever reason, is out of tonight's game randomly. It's got to be illness. Has to be.
Based on what the conversation that has been going on around Ohio State and players missing shoot-arounds the day before, Michigan State, Devin Royal missing the game over the weekend. Feels like whatever that is just getting passed around to that locker room. And it can be tough to shake some of those things once they get in there because you obviously spend a great deal of time together in close quarters and working hard together on the practice court and weight room and everything else. So that would be my assumption as well. And you're confident there with John Mobley. Maybe it's just the football side of me. If I see questionable in the way that the Buckeyes handle it over there with Ryan Day and that health staff, it's like questionable, probably going to be trending the other direction.
No, I think it's opposite in basketball. I think you see a guy out for 3 games and goes from fully out to questionable.
Yeah.
Then he's going to be elevated. Again, I don't know what his minutes percentage is going to be. I don't know what his minute share is, or if he can re-injure his hand. You know, if it's just a pain tolerance thing, then I'd have to imagine that John Mobley Jr. is going to play whatever minutes he needs to, is available to play tonight to try to get another quad 1 victory for these Buckeyes.
I did see put out from the social media team of the Ohio State basketball Twitter page in a wide shot of them at shoot around. John Mobley Jr. was out there. Looks like he was running around. So
put your gear on.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'd have a hard time comprehending that he's not going to play tonight. You know what? We'll all find out together here in about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
What are you guys going to do with your hour off? Just travel the world?
St. John's plays at UConn at 7 o'clock.
I was gonna.
Never mind. I guess that was just for Beam.
I was gonna hold this until, which is weird because we have an hour off and then we come back for 10 minutes and then we've got another 45 minutes off until tip off. So really, it's kind of weird. Normally, I would go home in that hour and help Meredith with bedtime, but that can't really be the case because by the time that I got home, I would say, "Hey, how you doing? All right, time to go back." But I was gonna. What do you say you're watching? St. John's and who?
St. John's and UConn.
How did that BYU game go for you last night?
That was crazy. How Central Florida just lit them up.
I think it actually went worse for me.
I think it did as well. But Reimer, let us know. And again, we can't bet points totals or over under yardage, receiving touchdowns, anything for college athletics here in Ohio. But Reimer saw this and said that A.J. DeBonsa had a total over under of 31.5.
30.5,
which was the highest point total over under that a college basketball player has ever had, correct?
Yes. I'm looking for the tweet that I found.
You don't need to find it. I think we got it.
We covered it.
Okay. Yeah, we got it. And I was so confident last night that
as confident as he's ever been about anything in his life.
I said, listen, Reimer, there is no way, shape, or form that he gets to 31 points. It's an all-time hammer the under if you're able to. And you were so confident that he's been
cooking.
I know he's been cooking, but it's a historic high.
And he has to for BYU because Richie Saunders is out.
Sure, if you say so.
Obviously.
I agree with that. As a diehard Cougs fan, I agree.
Well, easy now.
Yeah, more of a Central Florida guy. So I was kind of torn last night.
I think there was a Central Florida gift sent in our chat this morning.
I think there was too. I think there's been plenty of Coach K and Duke stuff sent in the chat. So Reimer, when we were leaving in Austin, you are
witness.
You are witness to this. When we were leaving last night, I said, what do you want to bet on the A.J. DeBonsa over-under? I said, because it's 30.5, and you are so confident that he's going to get the over. I'm hammering the under. What do you want to bet? And you sent a text as soon as we left. You said, I feel like it has to be food-related. And I said, that's fine. I don't know if it's a meal or if it's eating hot peppers or what it needs to be, but we never came to steaks. Now, if you were watching the game last night, you know that A.J. DeBonsa finished with...
He finished with 29
points. That is the under. It was close.
Yes, it
but
was.
he still finished with the under.
Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That is correct.
And drive-in movies.
Yeah. Way to go. And so we never finished the steaks. Now, here's the question that I would like either the YouTube chat to answer or social media.
Oh, goodness.
Since Reimer, here was what we've come to a conclusion with the bet. You don't handle hot foods well, correct?
Yes, that's a fair assessment.
All right. Like what's
Did you start sweating when I sent the picture of ghost peppers in the chat?
I did not like it. I know that.
What salsas do you get when you go to Chipotle? What do you I know you're eating that.
What sauces?
Yeah, well yeah, the sauces.
None.
Okay.
No sauce.
What flavor do you get when you go to a fun casual joint?
I get mild.
Okay. So here it's either I think Reimer has to eat an entire, and I'm not going to go crazy with this. It's not going to be like a ghost pepper or a Scorpion X or whatever that they have. Carolina
Gold. How about just?
Yeah, no, that's too hot for him. So it's either going to be Reimer has to eat a jalapeno live on air when you're in studio with us.
I have to be there for that.
And it's again not crazy. Just it's a jalapeno.
Yeah, that's
or
fun.
The second option During the first round of the NCAA tournament, you have to wear a Duke sweatshirt.
Oh, man, we're putting this up to the
T-shirt,
YouTube chat.
Long sleeve shirt, whatever that Austin and I procure for you to wear during the first round of the NCAA tournament.
So you guys would be making the purchase if
yeah,
that is,
no,
okay.
you don't have to buy it.
Okay.
You don't have to buy it. We would buy it for you.
Okay. I still don't like that one. Actually,
which
no,
one?
YouTube chat, I do love that one.
Oh, yeah. He wants to. You can almost believe it.
I don't know which way that could go.
Which one would you prefer, the pepper or the Duke gear?
1,000% the jalapeno.
Okay. And it's not even that, jalapeno is not even that hot in the
Plus,
grand scheme of things. But I would love
that
to
would-
see you do that live on air.
That would be better content for sure.
Oh, 100% it
Yeah.
would be. All
I
right.
don't know. The Duke sweatshirt would live forever.
Yes, it would, especially if North Carolina gets beat in the first round and you're wearing that Duke
And
sweatshirt during the game. He's just putting his hand over his face.
He is rattled.
Let us know at the Buckeye Show.
I think he would eat like
On
15 jalapenos to avoid this.
I think he would too. Or on our YouTube chat, just type in 971 The Fan. Austin, let's get to your question of the day, shall we? It pertains to the tight end room with the Buckeyes, maybe the fullback room for Ohio State.
Not anymore.
What impact will Nate Roberts have at his natural position for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think last year is really interesting to look at with Nate Roberts because I certainly felt like he wasn't put in a real position to thrive there at fullback. It does tell you that Ohio State had a tremendous amount of confidence in him that he could, as a true freshman, get on the field, handle the responsibilities. He got out there right away against Texas. And for as much as we talked about 13 personnel, 14 personnel, mixed bag of success in the red zone, short yardage scenarios, Ohio State clearly, Keenan Bailey, Ryan Day, Brian Hartline all trusted him pretty implicitly to get that done. And maybe it was also, a bet on the future, getting him involved as a true freshman. They knew that Ohio State knew that other programs would continue to be trying to lure him away. Oklahoma did again this offseason to try and get him into the transfer portal and trying to tamper in there to get, this very talented tight end away. Ohio State believes that he's a future All-American at that position. Well, he didn't really have a chance to show that.
He was recruited like one.
He was, and he was re-recruited like one by Keenan Bailey in Ohio State to stick around. And that relationship is strong. I think the faith that they showed in him in year one and giving him some experience and putting that under his belt, yeah, it would have been maybe more helpful to see him at tight end. And maybe there would have been chances that he would shine more than he got to with 4 catches for 30 yards and two rushes for 1 yard. I never would have imagined. You could have given me a million guesses. Who's going to have 2 rushes from the fullback position this year? And say, well, a million guesses, that's fine. You can get through 85 scholarship players. I still wouldn't have said Nate Roberts is going to run the football twice. I didn't think he was going to play really at all against Texas or in a number of those games throughout the year. So he now knows what the speed of the game is like, what the physicality is going to take. He's been able to do some of that blocking. And now he will be moving to his natural position. He can leave that part behind and just focus on being a tight end. And Ohio State needs him to be a really good one because they're still going to keep playing 12, 13, 14 personnel at times with Arthur Smith and this influence and the way that college football and NFL football as well are moving, that you need to be able to get into those heavy personnel groups. And, Nate Roberts can do a lot of things. And he didn't maybe have the chance to show that the way he would have wanted to at fullback, but that's not going to be the case anymore starting on March 10th.
Yeah, I'm going to be fascinated to see who they do use in that fullback position as well. Because if you go and you kind of look at Arthur Smith and the way that he uses the run game, it's there, but it's also maybe not as imperative as what like Ohio State did last year with that fullback position. And I think, Austin, when you kind of break it down to brass tacks, like all of a sudden when Nate Roberts was lined up in the backfield or he was offset off the line of scrimmage, again, this is just me watching it. I can imagine what a defense is keying in on when they're practicing this for 40, 50 hours a week, what they're keying in on for an Ohio State offense. You see Nate Roberts out there, it's like, I know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know exactly what the usage is going to be for him. I don't know who they're going to be looking at for that quote unquote fullback replacement, but I would be quite surprised if that is going to be a Nate Roberts task. I think he's more going to be the down tight end that you're going to see running routes and kind of replacement of Will Kazmarek, Max Clare, kind of in that vein.
If we're, Wednesday evening quarterbacking this using hindsight from last year, I said it in the moment, and I asked Ryan Day and I asked others about it. I would have liked to have seen C.J. Donaldson take on that role, sort of like Chip Trainum or Mitch Rossi did when they were using the fullback. I thought that was
Maserati Mitch.
I mean, that was a much more productive use.
What about a Patrick Gurd?
The loss of Patrick Gurd actually became part of the impetus for moving Nate Roberts to do that last year. It was kind of under the radar, and we never really thought that much about it. But they were
down to Cincinnati with Joe Roy.
Yeah,
right?
there were shifting rules about how I could grandfather in scholarship players, the expanded cap. But it's not worth getting into those details. But the loss of Patrick Gurd wound up, for what Ohio State wanted to do in the short yardage and red zone, wound up being pretty significant, at least in terms of that. But so that's why I wonder now if they. I wanted them to do that a year ago. They didn't. It's still building for Nate Roberts into the future. That's all fine. That's all well and good. But could you use somebody else that's on this roster now? Could Jacoby Jackson maybe do some of the things that I just said with C.J. Donaldson? Maybe that would be a better use. You would have to assume that you'd get more versatility out of that spot than maybe you got from Nate Roberts a year ago. But we'll see. There's a long way to go on that front. And the fact that I'm already at the end of February talking about who could play fullback tells you how badly I want spring practice to be here.
One NFL coach knows exactly who to blame if the Ohio State offense doesn't score 50 points a game this season. That's coming up in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Common Man here for my friends at Germain. Germain is having a huge President's Day sales event all month long at all of their Columbus locations. This month and this month only, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on top of the $1,000 price promise. No one's going to sell you a car for less. With nearly 4,000 vehicles and 30 brands, there's only one website you need when shopping for your next car. It's GoGermain.com. That's GoGermain.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Hey, are you driving high right now? You might be, because a whole lot of people do. They say marijuana makes them a better driver, more careful, more focused. That's probably what the guy who killed a 4-year-old thought. And now, he's in prison. You see, no matter what you tell yourself, if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, Ohio State fans! Next time that snack craving hits, Burger King has you covered with the O-Fry-O bundle. You get a medium fry, 8-piece chicken fries, 8-piece mozzarella fries, and an 8-piece chicken nuggets, all for just $10. It's perfect snack fuel for one, wherever and whenever you're cheering on the scarlet and gray. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Tax extra.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
All Buckeyes, all the time. You are listening to the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Austin Ward here this evening. Let's go to the YouTube chat here for a second. It's not working. YouTube chat's not working. So anybody who's typed in either jalapeno or Duke, sweater vest, hoodie, t-shirt, long sleeve shirt for Reimer during
Coach
the
K mask
opening rounds of the NCAA tournament. We can't see it, all right? I just typed in something in the YouTube chat. Reimer can't see it over on his screen, so we can't see your comments. So you're going to have to hold those maybe until tomorrow or another time.
I think Reimer shut it down. I think that's what happened.
You do have admin abilities over there.
I don't know that type of stuff. I don't mess with it. I don't want to do anything to the stream.
I don't think you're giving yourself enough
Very
credit.
suspicious, isn't it? Send it to the Twitter page. I
think so.
If you have anything to say, to vote on it.
At the Buckeye Show is where you can always.
It's X.
do
It's
that.
the everything app.
It is. That is true. I know. It's such a hard
Sorry,
habit
Elon.
to break. Yeah, it's such a hard. Sometimes I say X. Sometimes I say Twitter. I get them confused. When I actually type it into my web browser, I still type in Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just do. It's hard. It's hard to delete the bird, man.
It did get us all hooked once upon a time.
Yes, it did.
But cutting those ties that bind, free as a bird now.
Yeah.
Feels delightful.
Play Freebird. So we got the NFL Combine going on this week in Indianapolis. Why are you not there, Austin?
I retired from covering the Combine.
Did you?
Yeah. Did you not get the press release? I'm done with that.
Which one do you more prefer? Which one did you more prefer covering? Big Ten Media Days or the NFL Combine?
Oh, I like covering Big Ten Media Days. I love it, Beam. Why would you suggest anything other than that?
I was just asking you a question, man. I don't know why you're getting so fired up. I don't know why I'm getting yelled at.
I think that it's interesting because the Ohio State beat and the fact that the Combine is in Indianapolis, it's really the only college team that has reporters showing up every single year to cover it. Now, it's a short drive, but it's also that there's a seemingly nonstop appetite for stories, for interviews about both current and former Buckeyes. So, I went for years, but as they stopped working out as much, and they're bucking that trend this week, apparently.
But they're back.
That's right, with Vel Reese and Sonny Styles choosing to do that. Maybe I chose the wrong year, although this isn't the first year that I've retired from going over there. But it's just frustrating to be. It's like we're trying to take away from the NFL reporters doing their job. They are gathering information. Some of that is very annoying, like the guy who would show up from table to table and just yell from the back, "Hey, have you heard from the Jets? Yeah. Here, have you heard from the? Do you have a meeting with the Jets?"
Confirmed. Prospect X has heard from the Jets.
Would you happen to be talking about one Adam King?
No, he does not care if the Jets have reached out to anyone, or
unless it's Vel Reese or Caleb Downs.
Yeah, but anyway, there are NFL reporters there trying to get real information, cover the NFL draft and everything else. And I felt like, at least for me personally, and I'm not telling anyone what to do or not do about their jobs, but I was like, I think I'm in the way here. And some of the content that we would produce from Indianapolis would not be very well read. My time was often much better served writing about what's going to happen in spring camp for the current Buckeyes, or working with Berm about recruiting stories and future impact, rather than the guys who gave their careers are done in the Scarlet and Gray. They're done with that. They're moving on. They're turning professional. And I often just felt like for them to have to talk about the end of their careers at Ohio State, especially if they are coming off of a loss or two losses, or to go ask Mike Vrabel about Ohio State stuff. For me personally, it's like I don't think that this is a lane I need to be driving in anymore.
Yeah, and I think from an NFL perspective as well, and if you talk to any NFL reporter or even like Bo, when he joins the guys this week from Indianapolis, when he's over there, there are a lot of behind-the-scenes deals that get started and get done at the Combine. Now, I know that some NFL reporters are privy to those behind-the-curtain maybe talks that teams are having, but a lot of these things do happen from an NFL perspective at the NFL Combine. And you talk about trades that could perhaps happen in a month's time, free agent deals that could happen, sign-in trades, draft strategies. Like, a lot of this stuff does start. I know it's not technically the beginning of the NFL offseason. That starts in March or whenever it was, the tampering period. I don't know how the NFL calendar exactly in front of me. But a lot of these deals that you ultimately see get done in the NFL or start to be thrown out by NFL insiders, a lot of them start this week in Indianapolis when GMs and owners and coaches get together and have a few beers and start kind of just talking ball.
Well, the reservations at St. Elmo's or the hotel lobby bar at the JW Marriott, those places stay very busy this week. And you'll see everyone, the who's who across the NFL landscape there. And that part is cool. Especially if you're an NFL fan, they've made it more accessible to go watch some of the workouts at Lucas Oil Stadium than it used to be in the past. They don't necessarily roll out.
Is it free to get into? I just got an email from the NFL saying that you can, as a fan, you can just go to the Combine. I don't know what it costs. I would be shocked if it was free.
I don't think it's free. And there was a time that they were not even letting the media into the stadium to watch those on-field workouts because the NFL was so restrictive, whether that was for ESPN or the NFL Network.
Tickets to the 2026 NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis are free, but registration via the NFL One Pass app is mandatory.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
got to hand over your information and your DNA.
Yeah. Thanks, Raj.
Yeah. Anyway, it is cool to be around that and see like all the coaches and who's watching which workouts. Like, I wouldn't dissuade a passionate NFL fan from wanting to go do that. And I'm not telling the rest of the people, my colleagues on the Ohio State beat, we're all looking for content this time of year. I certainly understand that. But if you're asking me to choose between Big Ten Media Days with 3 key leaders for Ohio State and Ryan Day, even if it's just for a couple hours on one day, and this is 5 days of 15-minute interviews with guys who won't be playing again for Ohio State, I would take Big Ten Media Days 100 times in a row.
Mike Vrabel was asked today by one Stefan Kreisnick of Cleveland.com and Pat Murphy of Bucknuts 24/7 Sports. And
Couple
right here
legends.
On The Fan, who you can hear on Friday night, we'll have Pat on. Maybe we'll have Stefan on as well. We've had Stefan on a couple of times on the show, so talk to their guys about their experience at the Combine coming off from this week. I did think it was funny. Mike Vrabel answered basically today about Arthur Smith and his thoughts on him going to Ohio State. And Mike Vrabel said that he's excited to watch Arthur Smith here with the Buckeyes.
So for all the Ohio State fans, I guess we have somebody to complain to if they don't score 50 points a game like every other Buckeye fan does. So I'm excited for him to be in Columbus. Obviously, that place means a lot to me personally and my family. So having gone there and lived there and support him.
Honestly, it's an A+ answer from him.
He's that is Mike Vrabel in a nutshell. That is his sense of humor. All tied up with like, hey, I love Ohio State.
Yeah.
We know what the pressure is like to coach at Ohio State.
He certainly does. He knows it on both spectrums.
Yep. And to play at Ohio State, the good, the bad, the indifferent, and to
first of all, there's no indifferent. All right, it's good and bad, and then it's the great and the ugly. Like that's it. I don't think there's any indifferent.
I know, but sometimes you hope that there's a little gray area in there, room for debate.
Are you saying the Buckeyes are bringing back the gray sleeves?
I didn't. I did not say
hinted at.
I did not say it.
Did you just break news?
I'm not here to break jersey news. All right, you guys trying to trick me, put me in trouble? Not happening. All right. I'll leave that to Uncle Bo to talk about jersey stripes and gray sleeves. That's up to him. But yeah. I love Mike Vrabel. That would have been the only interview that I would have really enjoyed in Indianapolis this week, especially because it took this turn because that's what I mean about.
You could have got JT Barrett.
I don't know if Mike Vrabel actually I don't think he'll be there, but they don't make the offensive coordinators or quarterbacks coaches stand at this podium.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Get berated for 30 minutes. I wonder, and I don't know the answer to, Beamer, if Mike Vrabel welcomed the reprieve to talk about Ohio State that would have nothing to do with his New England team and losing the Super Bowl or how they want to use their draft capital or what positions he wants to watch or what they're going to do in free agency, those million other questions that the Boston media would be asking, or if he's just annoyed that he is the head coach of the Patriots being asked 4 questions about Ohio State hiring Arthur Smith.
I think it would be the first thing. I think he would be excited to get at least a 30-second minute reprieve of being asked the same question he's probably been asked a million different times in a million different ways since their soul-crushing Super Bowl loss about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, so it's a good thing Stefan and Murph were there.
Yeah. Good job, everybody.
I saw a side-by-side of Ben Johnson from year 1 to year 2.
Does he look stressed?
And yeah, he's looked like he's aged 5 years.
Yeah, well, he doesn't moving to Indiana, man.
Doesn't care for the state of Indiana. He's like, oh no, I got to go down to Indianapolis for the Combine, and all the people of Indiana are going to be. Are they going to welcome me with open arms? Are they skeptical?
Where am I going to live? Going to live in Indiana? Going to live in Illinois?
Taking over the Colts territory? What's going to happen?
I hate to break a college game day's anchor's dreams, but he wants something in college football that in no way, shape, or form is going to happen. All right? So quit asking. That's in the Pulse coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, folks, it's Berm here from 97.1 The Fan's Austin and Berm Show. Last week, I was on the road visiting a recruit, and I saw one of my old fast food favorites on the side of the road, and I was hungry for lunch, and I thought to myself, this place used to just call my name, and I thought, hey, why not stop in and have some? I'm on maintenance right now with Awaken 180, and I'm allowed to eat it. So I pulled in, I ordered the usual. I sat there and unwrapped it in the restaurant, and I was so excited. And then halfway through it, I thought, why am I eating this? And it wasn't even in a guilty way. It was more confusion because it didn't taste like I remembered. It didn't hit like it used to. I wasn't craving it anymore, and I really wasn't excited about it. And I just kind of stopped wanting it, and that's when it clicked. Awaken 180 didn't just help me drop 35 pounds. It changed how I look at food. I'm 3 weeks into maintenance, and I haven't put a pound of that 35 back on, and I finally understand what works for me. It's not about I can't. It's about not wanting it the same way anymore. I'm not craving the bad. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
If your roof is leaking, you don't need a sales pitch. You need answers. I'm Bill Schmidt with Brothers Roofing and Construction, a local certified contractor helping homeowners across central and southern Ohio solve real problems. No pressure, just honest work done right.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Day one, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always, trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
It's game day at Racing Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Racing Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Thanks again for hanging out with us on this Wednesday. The Inside Edge coming up at 7 o'clock. Lots going on with the Blue Jackets, U.S. men's and women's hockey team winning gold medals in Milan. So excited to get to listen to that here this evening. And then Reimer and I will be back at 8 o'clock for the warm-up show. 8:15, we will take you out to Iowa City. Paul Keels, Ron Stokes, Skip Mossick, they will get you ready for all things Ohio State men's basketball against Iowa here this evening. By the way, too, 7:45 over on the Fan 2, 1460 on your AM dial. Ohio State women's basketball playing Michigan. So all kinds of good stuff for us here tonight.
Huge Wednesday night.
Absolutely, man.
And I feel like Reimer right now when college basketball's on because Tiffany Stratton's on SportsCenter. So this is a jam-packed Wednesday.
Is she wrestling this week in the Elimination Chamber?
She is in the Elimination Chamber. Going to be a fantastic evening in Chicago on Saturday night.
Did you know that the Elimination Chamber winner is going to face Jane Cargill in the championship?
Well, that would be Jade Cargill.
Oh, I can't read.
I know
My glasses.
Those glasses aren't made for that tiny of writing. I did know that because Liv Morgan on Monday Night Raw picked her matchup against Stephanie Vaquer. So that's all that's left.
Any relation to El Vaquero?
None that I'm aware of.
All right. I'm just asking. I don't know these things.
Because she's from Chile, and I believe El Vaquero is Mexican food.
That is correct.
A restaurant.
I believe
in
you're
Columbus.
Correct.
So
Vaquero, though.
Yeah,
it's not too far of a jump.
Not quite the same. But Liberty's already getting ready. Tell you what, right now, we were walking to the bus this morning, and she likes to play this game. Who do you think is going to win, and who do you want to win?
Mm-hmm.
And I think and want Tiffany Stratton on Saturday night.
All right. I can't wait.
It's Tiffy time.
I can't wait to hear the recap of that coming up on Monday and Tuesday show, which is going to be great. It's not Tilly time for the Buckeyes tonight because he's out, but it is.
Look at this guy.
It is Tiffy time Saturday for the Elimination Chamber. By the way, before we get to the college football pulse, some guy named the Todd Father on X, the
Shout
Everything
out Todd
app,
Father.
the Everything app,
Legend.
got back to me again. If the YouTube chat is working. AJ DeBonsa did not get his over-under total. I want to bet from Reimer. It's either A, wear a Duke piece of garment during the first round of the NCAA tournament, or eat something hot on the air. The Todd Father, who's at Todd Reimer 32.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
Is some sort of relation to you, Jacob. Said Jacob's dad eats hot garlic at a fun casual joint, so I would love to see him eat one of those. How about a hot garlic wing or boneless wing, whichever you prefer, and a jalapeno to follow that up?
Oh.
Or would you
Wash it down?
Or would you rather wear Duke? It's up to you.
I think I would do that still. Yeah. And
the hot food?
Yeah.
All right.
There's two things that need to happen. We need to have more show bets on the Buckeye Show.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
And we need to set the terms before the actual bet is confirmed.
Yeah, because we're just living right now on the fly.
Yeah.
I have no clue what's going on.
We got to have some table stakes set here.
Yeah. All right. So a hot garlic wing and a jalapeno. Are we gonna lock that in?
We can lock that in.
All right. Deal. When do you want to do it?
Whenever Austin's on the show next.
Okay. Either Monday or Tuesday next week.
Sure.
We got 30-minute shows, I think, Monday and Tuesday. So
I'll be coming over from Roosters on Monday, the live show.
Ask Nicole.
Fun, casual joint.
Ask Nicole if we can get a few hot garlic wings.
Oh, I won't have to ask Nicole.
And
I'll just add that to my to-go order.
And just because
Bobby leaves
maybe
with
some mild so I can have something I actually enjoy.
I'll bring you a bucket of ranch.
Yeah.
Which
I don't like ranch.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Well, they got the
Blue
best,
cheese?
They got the best ranch in the game.
They do have the best ranch in the game. Ask Jay-Z about it. Because Bobby leaves with 15 bags of food for his family. And Jay-Z says, can I get some of that ranch to go? And Nicole, at one point, just brought him one of the squeeze bottles. And I'm like, he still wants more than that. Like, can you just bring him out a gallon of ranch? Because he wants to take it home.
Yeah, as he should. So we'll ask him about that tomorrow. Justin Zwick is going to be in with
Spicy
us.
ranch? Ooh, buddy.
Both of them. I like their blue cheese. I don't even really like blue cheese that
Fun
much.
casual joint.
It is. It's the best. Maybe that's where I'll go in the hour that we have to kill, between 7 and 8 o'clock.
Which location?
I don't know. I got so many.
What's
around
the
here.
nearest one?
Probably Olentangy.
It's the easiest one. I bet German Village is the crow flies would be the closest.
I bet you're right about that. Henderson's not too far away either. Anyways, Reimer, what do you have? What do you have for us tonight in the Pulse?
So, as we know, and I've voiced a lot over the last week, was going into last Saturday was Duke and Michigan, one of the most highly anticipated college basketball games of the season. A lot of people were saying a potential national championship preview, and Rece Davis gave his thoughts on it. He was there for College Game Day for ESPN. He said he wants to see more of it, but in college football, because of the buzz that generated in it, we started getting messages from other programs around the country. Hey, how can we do this? When can we get involved in one of these? How can we schedule some of these and do the same things that Michigan and Duke just did? Michigan and Duke are two programs that don't necessarily need all that extra exposure. They are premier programs in college basketball, yet they saw the value in it. But Rece Davis calls out college football programs, saying they're worried about failure. Now, that game on Saturday, it did generate 4.3 million viewers, peaked at 5.4 million viewers. So I feel like
how many TVs do you own?
Well, it's Duke. He's not watching it that much.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I was still
if it was
locked
Carolina,
in.
Michigan, it would be 7.9. It would be way up there. I think Rece Davis makes a tremendous point here, right? Like, in a couple of weeks ago, I didn't really love that Ohio State was playing Virginia in a non-conference game. It's just because we're not used to that. Now, you saw the buzz around that game, and ultimately I thought it was a good thing for Ohio State. Didn't end up the way that you wanted it to at the end of the game with Virginia winning that game, but I thought it was good to get out of the Big Ten for a little bit. So I'm sure we'll see this more in college basketball. Now, it also helped out ESPN that obviously that was the number 1 and number 4 teams in the country at that point, or 1 and 3, whatever Duke was before leaping into the number 1 spot. But again, to Rece Davis's point, that I think he's right. College football teams are scared of failure. And we have Georgia on the slate coming up from an Ohio State perspective. You've got Alabama on the slate coming up from an Ohio State perspective.
Texas next year.
Yeah, I know. Well, that one is set in stone. That
Right.
one is not moving. You're not going away from that game.
Yeah.
That game is already on the schedule. You know that game is going to be played the second week of the season. I agree with him wholeheartedly. Like, more non-conference big games in college football is great, especially if you ultimately expand the playoffs. Yeah, certainly play more of those premier games. But to his point, yeah, they're afraid of failure. And you see what Indiana's doing. You see traditionally what Penn State did and their non-conference schedule with James Franklin. So I don't know what's going to happen moving forward, Austin, but I would be pretty surprised if that Alabama and Georgia game both stay on the schedule in future years for the Buckeyes.
I think you know how I feel about it and what I view as the likelihood of those games being played, which is very low, despite Ross Bjork, saying, Ohio State's willing to play them. I don't think that part has changed.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
They are willing to play them.
But here's the problem, and we're probably just going to have to revisit it because you guys have to get out of here and I have to leave. But if you want those games, the reason that they're played more in college basketball, a Duke versus Michigan game, is because of the playoff size field for basketball and the number of opportunities that they have. So basically, you're telling me if you want more meaningful non-conference games, you're saying that you're on Tony Petitti's side and you would like 24 football teams, which is the only way that you can see more of these non-conference games back in it.
Austin, had a great time with you this week. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy the Elimination Chamber, all right?
I'll do my best.
Justin Zwick's going to be back with me tomorrow, and then we got the Inside Edge coming up next. Reimer and I will be back at 8 o'clock to preview all things Buckeyes and Hawkeyes. Talk to you then. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football